ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धिर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चितान्ति। So Shishya has asked this question: to whom this knowledge, I am Brahma, takes place? And his idea is that Jiva has got two parts. One is Chidabhasa Vishishta Buddhi, or otherwise called Buddhi Vishishta Chidabhasa, one part, and other is Kutastha Chaitanyam, changeless consciousness, Bimba Chaitanyam. One is Pratibimba Chaitanyam, other is Bimba Chaitanyam. Out of these two, who gets the knowledge? And he finds the difficulty in both the options. Chidabhasa cannot have, the Chidabhasa is Mithya. So Mithya Chidabhasa, how can I say I am Satyam Brahma? And Kutastha also cannot have this knowledge. Kutastha cannot be the locus of this knowledge. Why? Because where anything happens, that becomes Vikari. And therefore Kutastha will not be Kutastha. If he tries to get knowledge, Kutasthatva will go away. So, who will have the knowledge? That question is there. For that answer is given, Chidabhasa will have knowledge. And the doubt what Shishya has, that will be answered. That how Chidabhasa can have knowledge, isn't he Mithya, how can he claim Brahman, etc. The doubt will be answered at the end. But right now he is presenting the subject matter in a very comprehensive manner. And he says Chidabhasa, reflected consciousness, has got 7 avastha in which Jnanam also is included. So Jnanam also happens to Chidabhasa, Ajnanam also happens to Chidabhasa. Jnana Phalam also happens to Chidabhasa. Sab kuch wahi hai, everything he enjoys or suffers, both. So it is not a one-sided, both. And that idea is given based on Panchadashi Shloka. Ajnanamavrutis tadvat vikshepascha parokshadhihi aparokshamati shoka mokshastruptir nirankusha. So it's a nice shloka to buy heart. So 7 avastha. What 7 avastha we have? So that is described. Out of this, Ajnanam and Avaranam we have seen, and the Bhranti part also we have seen. Ajnanam is the factor which causes this type of expression in a person. What? I don't know Brahman. Without Vichara, ordinary person also will say that I don't know Brahman. That is called Ajnanam. Avaranam is, person will say Brahman is not there and Brahman is not evident. Brahman is not seen. So this is centered on the Brahma Avarana. And therefore this particular stage is called Avarana, veiling. Even though Ajnanam and Avaranam are very similar, but one is from the standpoint of the person. This Ajnanam is talked about. And on the the other two, which is considered to be one only, is from the standpoint of Brahman. In the sense that Brahman is not seen. Brahman is not there. That is called Avarana. So Ajnanam and Avarana. Avaranam is responsible for the Vyavahara, that Brahman is not there, Brahman is not seen. That is called Avarana, concealment of Brahman. Now, third one is Bhranti. Ajnana, Avarana, ignorance, Ajnanam, Avaranam, veiling or concealment. Now Bhranti, wrong conclusions, and also suffering based on the wrong conclusions. What type of wrong conclusion? That I am a Karta, I am a Bhokta, I am limited. This is Bhranti. And also I am suffering, I am Sukhi, I am Dukhi. All of them are Bhranti. In Panchadashi, which is the original source of this description, this third step is described like this. Dehadvaya chidabhasa rupo vikshepa iritaha kartrutvadyakhilam shokaha samsarakyosya bandhakaha. So what is vikshepa or Bhranti? That is Dehadvaya Sahita Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa along with these twofold bodies, Sthula and Sukshma, and Kartrutvadi. So Chidabhasa along with the two bodies and the doership, etc., are considered to be Vikshepaha. In fact, to be precise, Kartrutvadi, Shoka, etc., are considered to be the effect of this Chidabhasa. Effect of Dehad is Dvaya Sahita Chidabhasa. So all put together is called Vikshepaha. I am a limited individual. I have done this action, not done this action. I feel very guilty or sometimes very proud, and I am suffering, I am victimized. So everybody is out to, Swamiji, finish me. Out to finish me. This is a very typical thinking of a jiva. Samsari jiva always thinks like this. The world is out to finish me. So that is, all these are called Bhranti. This delusion. Some people have this is a normal degree. Those people are called normally abnormal. From Vedantic standpoint, we call them normally abnormal. They are abnormal because the vision is that I alone am Atma, nobody can victimize me. So, but most of the people have this, that this person is enemy, he is out to finish me, he always hurts me, I have to be very careful. So that is it is normally abnormal. Some people have this particular syndrome, prosecution syndrome. So, persecution. Persecution. These two words get confused. Persecuted. I am persecuted by all. Means I am harassed by all, punished by all. That is syndrome. All the time person has this in the background as a predominant feeling. That is this, what is called intense expression of this Bhranti. So they are called abnormally abnormal. So when we say the person has to go to psychiatrist or psychotherapist, psychiatrist, then they are abnormally abnormal. Normally abnormal, they can come to Vedanta. Abnormally abnormal, we Vedanta cannot treat. So in medical science also, the case which need to be treated by psychiatrist should not be treated by the psychoanalyst. That the psychoanalyst can handle only in certain situations. So that which is a typical case of psychiatrist, it cannot be handled. So Vedanta is little bit more than this, not little bit, quite a bit more than this psychoanalyst. We are handling the problem more fundamentally. But all of them are abnormal. And that abnormality is called Bhranti. Why abnormality? Because your Swarupam is Ananda. Your Swarupa is Shantaha. Your Swarupa is Advaita. And you are feeling what? I am one among many and I am the unfortunate. Somebody, the most unfortunate fellow in the world, me. Some people have this. I am the most unfortunate. So all these are what? Various degrees of Bhranti. Brandy. So Bhranti and Brandy like in South India almost same. They write Bhranti like Brandy they write now. In one shop, when Swamiji was telling, see Brandy looks like Bhranti only or Vedanta. Because for them, Bra is they write BH. And Bhranti they write DI. So Brandy. So Brandy and Bhranti same. So Bhranti is So when this Atma, as it were in having brandy, then he has samsara. That is called samsara. So intoxicated Atma. Atma which is as though intoxicated is called Bhrantaha Jivaha. So this particular idea makes us little bit objective about the people who are alcoholic. How? They are drinking outside alcohol. We have to drink other alcohol. So we are also in a way alcoholic only. So we should not tell, but this is a fact. Moha Madira. So we are also drinking Moha Madira. Madira means alcohol. Moha means delusion. He says, the Pitva Moha Madira Unmattavat Jagatu. So the world is crazy only. They're drinking the alcohol of delusion. So that is what it is. Puja Swamiji once he very nicely said, he said, if a wise person, suppose coming from other world, and he has not seen any ignorant people, when he comes to this world, he will say, oh, people are crazy. Why that? That's what he will feel. How we will feel when we go to mental hospital, same thing he will feel when I really like that imagination. That's how wise person. Why people are so crazy and fussy and so crying and insistent, resistant? What is this? Only oneself is there. So he will feel like this. Anyway, so this nice imagination. I love that. Years ago I had heard, but I really love that. Imagine a wise person coming to this world who has never seen otherwise people. Inborn wise person. How will he feel? Nice to imagine. What people are crying for this? People are fighting for this? Crazy. Alright, so that is this Bhranti is a craziness. It's a strong word, but this is what it is. Bhranti. Bhranti Swarupam. Alright. Then the next one we were seeing is Paroksha Paroksha Dana. So far how many states we have seen? Ajnana, Avarana, Bhranti, and now we are seeing the fourth and fifth. Three we have seen, fourth and fifth is Paroksha Aparoksha. Okay, Paroksha Aparoksha Dana. And we have seen Paroksha Dana means Brahma Asti Iti Dana. Even if you say Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, that Dhanam is Paroksha Dana. Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, this knowledge can be Paroksha Dana. And Paroksha Dhanam is not useless. In fact, Paroksha Dhanam will come first, then only Aparoksha Dhanam will come. Therefore, in Kathopanishad, it is said, Asti iti eva upalabdhabyaha. Tattva bhavena chobayoho. Astityevo palabdasya tattva bhava prasidati. So, Asti, first Astik Dhanam should be there. So, we should not dismiss or belittle this Parokshik Dhanam. And this Parokshik Dhanam is Brahma Asti Iti Dhanam is born of Avantara Vakya. In Vedanta, there are two types of Vakya. One is called Avantara Vakya, other is called Mahavakya. Avantara Vakya means what? Jiva Brahma Swarupa Bodhaka Vakya is Avantara Vakya. Like it is said, Jiva is Karta Bhokta. That also is Avantara Vakya. But that is a Vachyartha Bodhaka Avantara Vakya. And when we say Jiva is Kutastha Chaitanyam, that also is Avantara Vakya. But this is a Lakshyartha Bodhaka Avantara Vakya. So, Avantara Vakya is, Avantaram is secondary. Secondary sentences are of two types. One is Tvam Padartha related, other is Tat Padartha related. And in Tvam Padartha related again two types, subtypes. One is Vachyartha related and other is Lakshyartha related. Of course, Vachyartha related we will be knowing generally. And so, when it is said Jiva is suffering, in Vedanta it comes Anishaya Shochate Mushyamanaha. So, this is Avantara Vakya. But it is talking about the Vachyartha of this Tvampada. So, by Avantara Vakya, especially the Lakshyartha of Avantara Vakya will give us the Paroksha Dhanam. There is some Chaitanyam. There is some this Brahma. Of course, Tvampada Lakshyartha will be Aparoksha only. Tvampada Vachyartha will be Aparoksha, only Tat Padartha. So Tatpada Vachyartha Lakshyartha Tatpada Bodhaka Tatpadartha Bodhaka Avantara Vakya will give us Paroksha Dhanam. Anyway, we are now focusing more on this Tatpadartha. So, Avantara Vakya dealing with Tatpada Vachyartha and Tatpada Lakshyartha will give Paroksha Dhanam. Paroksha Dhanam means what? Indirect knowledge. Indirect knowledge means there is something called Brahma. Alright. That is said here, Brahma Nasti iti asatva padaka varnamsham Asti Brahma iti Vedanta Vakya Janya Paroksha Dhanam Nashayati. So Vedanta Vakya Janya means Avantara Vedanta Vakya Janya Paroksha Dhanam Nashayati, destroys. Destroys what? Avarana, the veiling. Veiling of what? This veiling which is the part of veiling factor which is creating the idea that Brahman is not there. Brahma Nasti iti asatva padaka avaranamsha is removed by Vedanta Vakya Janya Paroksha Dhanam. The direct knowledge, indirect knowledge, Paroksha Dhanam is indirect knowledge of born of Vedanta Vakya. And what will be indirect knowledge? Asti Brahma. Any doubt? Asti Brahma. So Paroksha is indirect. We have to remember. Sometimes it's direct. Indirect. The Paroksha means indirect knowledge destroys, and the indirect knowledge will be in the form of Asti Brahma that destroys the Avaranamsha, the veiling factor, which is expressed by the experience that Brahman Nasti. Alright, up to this we saw. Then Brahma Satya Gnanananta Swarupam Bhavati iti Gnanam Paroksha Gnanam iti Uchyate. Asti Brahma is Paroksha Gnanam and Brahma is Satya Gnanananta Swarupam, that also is Paroksha Gnanam. If you say Brahman is Jagat Karanam, then also it is indirect knowledge. And if you say Brahman is Satyam Gnanam Anantam, that also is indirect knowledge, Paroksha Gnanam. Here, Pujya Swamiji sometimes used to say that Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, in that Gnanam Brahma can also be taken as Mahavakya. He used to say Pragnanam Brahman is Mahavakya, then Gnanam Brahman, why not Mahavakya? It depends upon what is the context and in how you are looking upon the sentence. it can be seen as a Mahavakya. But generally, this Satyam Dhanam Anantam Brahma Vakya is presented as Avantara Vakya because it is supposed to be dealing with the question, what is Brahma? Since it is just answering what is Brahma, and therefore it is taken as Avantara Vakya. But focusing on Brahman to be Dhanam, Chaitanya Swarupa, if somebody takes as a Mahavakya, it is not wrong. This is by the way. But here it is taken as the Parokshak Dhanam born of Avantara Vakya. So regarding Brahma, there are two types of Avantara Vakya. One is the Sopadika Brahma, Karana Brahma Pratipadaka Vakya. And other is the Nirupadika Brahma Bodhaka Vakya. And both of them will give rise to Parokshak Dhanam. Sopadika Brahma Bodhaka Avantara Vakya means Brahman is Jagat Karta, Yato va imani bhutani jayante. That is called Sopadika Brahma Bodhaka Avantara Vakya. And that will give rise to Parokshak Dhanam. There is something called Brahma, and that Brahman is Jagat Karanam. Or Brahman is Satyam Dhanam Anantam, which is also revealed by Avantara Vakya, but dealing with the Nirupadika Brahma. And that also will give what? Parokshak Dhanam. And this Parokshak Dhanam, Idam cha Parokshak Dhanam, Nasti Brahma iti Pratiti Virodhi. That is opposite to this Parokshak Dhanam that Brahman is. I have understood Brahman is. Shastra is a Pramanam, and Shastra gives all the supporting logic. Sampradaya gives all supporting logic. Therefore, I am very sure that Brahman Asti. Then that understanding is Virodhi, opposite to the experience, the thinking. What? Nasti Brahma. Brahman is not there. So Brahman is not there. That type of experience or that type of thinking is dismissed by this Parokshak Dhanam. What is the Parokshak Dhanam? Brahman is. And those people alone we call them Astika. Generally, Astika means what? Those who accept this Brahman. And that Parokshak Dhanam that Brahman is will destroy or opposite to and thereby destroys the Nasti Brahma iti Pratiti. Natu Anyasya Kasyachidapi Virodhi. But this understanding that Brahman is not opposite to and thereby not neutralizer of anything else. Anything else means what? Abhana Padaka Avaranasya Virodhi Nasti. Anyasya, that meaning. Brahman is, that knowledge is not opposite to this particular conclusion. What conclusion? Brahman is not evident. Even though person say Brahman is, but he said Brahman is, but I have to experience Brahman. Somewhere I have to find out where it is. It is because Shastram is a Pramanam and something must be there behind this world to this for world to go on and world to be created. Something must be there. So he is very much convinced about it. But he said that Brahman is not evident. Therefore, Brahma na bhati, that conclusion is not destroyed by this Brahma asti iti dhanam. So, Parokshak Dhanam does not destroy the conclusion that Brahman is not evident. Brahman is not seen. That conclusion doesn't go away. He is, but not seen. Like for that boson particle, for so many years, it remains what? A theoretical particle. Is, must be, but not confirmed. Now they have got another thing they now just been talked about earlier. That is called Bose supernova. there is some Bose supernova is there. When star, in its final stage, there is explosion. It is called supernova. And there is another concept of Bose supernova. BOSE, Bose supernova. So Bose has given this theory that when supernova happens, that when scientists they calculate, they find that the total energy dissipated is not matched with what is remaining. He says something is disappearing, becoming dark matter, and the dark matter will be creating some dark star or something, and they also will have again this explosion. That is something called the supernova. So there is some theory, I little bit I know about it, but that supernova is there, that is proposed, because then only we can have explanation of why there is a energy difference. But we don't have any way to verify that supernova, Bose supernova. Supernova is verified. Asti, but now Bhati. This is exactly like this. Asti has to be there, but now Bhati. So for most of the people, Brahman is like a Bose supernova only. Asti, समझ के दिखता नहीं है, होना तो चाहिए, should be there, not seen. So what happens? As long as the paroksha dhanam is there, the asatva padaka avaranam is gone. But abhana padaka avaranam, which is creating the vyavahara, that Brahma na bhati, that doesn't go away. That is what is said here. Natu anyasya kasyachid api virodhi. So abhana padaka avaranasya na virodhi and bhrantehe api na virodhi. My bhranti, my conclusion is that I am karta bhokta. That also doesn't go away. By knowing what? Brahma asti. There is Brahma, I am convinced of it. But by that, my being karta, bhokta, sukhi, dukhi doesn't go away. And therefore what happens? You keep on talking about Brahman. But this, your being karta, bhokta doesn't go away. Somewhat like Ravana. Ravana is, we are seeing this Adhyatma Ramayana in that. Ravana, when he is losing everything, he lost his soldiers, he lost his sons, and finally his dearest son, Meghanada, Indrajit. And that time, there is humiliation of Mandodari. So Mandodari is crying. Then Ravana is consoling him. And that time he gives Vedanta also. Everything is because of Ajnana. So when he knows the self, there is no Shoka and all this. But it is what? Paroksha Jnana. Even though he is involving Atma, but it is still Paroksha. Phalavat, Phaladrishtya, Paroksha Jnana. In India, nowadays it is less, but India, almost everybody will have this type of understanding. What? Atma so Paramatma. This I have been hearing since childhood, that Atma is Paramatma. So don't hurt anybody, Atma so Paramatma. I remember mother telling this. So Vedanta is there, but they will still fighting. Means what? Paroksha Jnana is there. And therefore what happens? My conclusion about myself doesn't go away. Because Paroksha Jnana is not capable of that. So that is said here, Anyasya. Anyasya means Abhana Padaka Avaranasya Bhrantehe cha na virodhi. Aham Brahma. Up to this we had seen. Okay, 12 baj gaye. So Aham Brahma iti Dradhatara Nirvichikitsa Aparoksha Jnanam tu Sakalasya Avidya Tatkaryasya Virodhi. Aham Brahma iti Aparoksha Jnanam. Aparoksha Jnanam is immediate knowledge. What type of knowledge? Aham Brahma. I am Brahma. Which is Nirvichikitsa, which is free from any doubts. And Dradhatara. He is not happy with the word Dradha. Drida means firm. Dradhatara means more firm. More firm means it is so firm that it is capable of destroying the opposite. That type of Drada. So for Dradhatara. So immediate knowledge that I am Brahma, which is free from doubts and which is very firm, this type of knowledge, which is generally known as aparoksha jnanam, is sakalasya avidya tat karyasya virodhi. This type of immediate knowledge, which is well known by so many words, enlightenment, realization, or what is called anubhuti, avagati in Adhyasa Bhash, sorry, Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, avagati, aparokshanubhuti, all these so many words we have got. Surti is something like they use in other language, means that getting that this the strength of realization. They have got so many words for that. So this aparoksha jnanam is virodhi, is opposite to what? Sakalasya avidya tat karyasya. Avidya and its product. What is the product of avidya? Bhranti. All types of bhranti. Sakalasya avidya tat karyasya virodhi. So this aparoksha jnanam is opposite to the ignorance and the product of ignorance, bhranti. Otherwise called samsara. We saw that bhranti itself is called samsara. Alright. Now, ataha eva. Ataha eva means what? Since aparoksha jnanam is a virodhi to ignorance and the product of ignorance, therefore alone, idam aparoksha jnanam, this immediate knowledge, nashayati, destroys. Three things. What are they? Aham Brahma na Veda iti ajnanam. I do not know Brahma. That type of ajnanam it destroys because I am Brahman. Now I cannot say that I don't know Brahman. If Brahman is an object, then there is a question of knowing, not knowing. I am Brahman, that I know. And therefore Aham Brahma na Veda iti ajnanam nashayati. First part. First avastha, if you remember, is ajnanam. That ajnanam is gone. Then Brahma nasti na bhati cha iti avarana dvayam. And two types of avaranam expressed by this expression that Brahman is not there and Brahman does not shine. Even though paroksha jnanam itself has done the job, but that Brahma nasti is becoming stronger. So Brahma nasti, that type of avarana has gone. The removal of avaranam is little stronger. Means the conviction that Brahma nasti iti na, that conviction becomes stronger. By what? Aham Brahma. Na bhati, Brahman is not evident. That type of conclusion also goes away. Why? I am Bhami, Aham Bhami, I am shining, and I am shining means Brahman is shining. So Brahman is shining as myself, and therefore there is no question of Brahma na bhati. In fact, person will say Brahma eva bhati. First he was telling Brahma na bhati. Now what will he say? Brahma eva bhati. Sarvam anubhati. Brahma na bhati iti avarana dvayam api nashayati. So aparoksha jnanam will remove the ajnanam that I do not know Brahman. Aparoksha jnanam will remove these twofold veiling factors or veiling experience that Brahman is not there, Brahman is not evident. And third one, Aham Brahma. Some people are positively, I am not Brahman, kintu punya papadi karta. But I am the doer of punya and papa. And tat phalanam sukha dukkhanam bhokta cha jivaha. I am not Brahman, I am a jiva who is the doer of punya and papa and bhokta, the experiencer of the sukha dukkha, pleasure and pain, which are the result of punya and papa. Iti bhrantim cha iti etavantam avidya samuham nashayati. So these three are called avidya samuham. Etavantam is up to this. So the group of avidya and avidya karya up to this means all these three factors nashayati. Kim nashayati means what is the agent? Aparokshak dhanam. So aparokshak dhanam avidya samuham nashayati, destroys the package of avidya, avidya and its karya. And what are the three things which are constituting avidya samuha? Aham brahma na veda iti ajnanam, brahma nasti na bhata iti avranadvayam, and aham karta bhokta jivaha iti bhranti nashayati. So these three things are destroyed by aparoksha jnanam. Alright. Then next, before that footnote is there. First footnote we have already seen. Second, that second footnote is Brahma Satya Jnanananta Swarupam Bhavati. He mainly talks about the Ananta Swarupa. Because sometimes Brahman is told to be Satchidananda, sometimes it is called Satyam Jnanam Ananta. So why this discrepancy in the description? That is explained here. Desha Kala Vastu Vihi Yasya Antaha Parichedaha Na Bhavati Kintu Sarvadesat Sarvakala Vastushu Cha Vyapya Yad Vartate Tad Anantam Vibhu Bhuma Iti Cha Uchyate. He said, what is Ananta? Ananta means limitless, otherwise called Vibhu, all pervasive. Bhuma, which has also got the meaning limitless. So these three words are indicating limitless reality. What is limitless? As simple as that which does not have limit is limitless. Acha, what does it mean? He puts in two ways, the two aspects of this Ananta. Desha Kala Vastu Vihi Yasya Antaha Na Bhavati. The reality Yasya, for which Antaha, the end, Parichedaha means limit. The reality for which there is no end or limit by Desha means in terms of space, Kala, time, and Vastu, the object. So anything which is not having any limit and in terms of space, time, and object, that is called Ananta. That we have seen. But he puts one more thing. It is not enough. Because if we give only this much, no? Desha Kala Vastu Vihi Yasya Antaha Na Bhavati, then Ati Vyapti will be there. Where? Shunye. Shunya. Shunya also doesn't have, no? Where Shunya ends? Where Shunya is not? Kalataha Paricheda is not there. So Shunya, Desha, Kala, Vastu, Vihi, it looks like, if we analyze further, it will be dismissed. But at least superficially, it will look like the Shunya also doesn't have any Desha Paricheda, Kala Paricheda, Vastu Paricheda. There is no object where Shunyam is not. There is no object from which Shunya is different. So somebody may say like this. So that doubt may come. Generally, this much only we say, because we are not dealing with Vichara Sagara people. So but once you have studied Vichara Sagara, all these doubts will come. Because you get used to, So some people are that, moment you propose some point, immediately they will start talking. This problem will happen, that problem will have that problem. They are Mr. Problem. So their name also there. What they? Doomsayers. They are paid very heavily. Doomsayers, but very authentically and very intelligently, those who present that what all problems can come in your project. They will charge for that, telling that what all problem will have. Doomsayer they are called. So when this Lakshanam is given for Ananta, then doubt may come. Why not Shunya be? Shunya also can be Ananta. Therefore he positively says, Kintu Sarva Desha Sarva Kala Vastu Sucha Vyapya. positively pervading. Sarvadesha, all place, all kala, and all objects pervading as the content. Vartate, that which remains, tad anantam. That is anantam, that is limitless. So limitless, in simple words, that which is free from limitation of time, space and object is limitless. And that limitless alone is otherwise called Brahma, which is made clear by the word Anantam. Atra Anantam Brahma iti uktya Anand Rupam Brahma iti arthat siddhyati. So when it is said Anantam Brahma, by that Ananda Rupa, Brahman is of the nature of Ananda, that is siddhyati, is established, arthat. Arthat means by implication. Ananta is Ananda. When Anantam is seen as the basis for happiness, it is called Ananda. Alright. Ayameva arthaha. This meaning, this particular idea that Ananta is Ananda is given in Chandogya. Chandogya Saptamadhyaye Naradaya Sanat Kumarena Upadishtaha. This idea that Ananta is Ananda is taught by Narada, is taught by Sanat Kumara to Narada. How? Yo vai bhuma tat sukham na alpe sukham asti bhuma eva sukham bhuma tu eva vijignasi tabhyah iti bhumanam bhagavah vijignase iti. Of course, our for us relevant part is this much. Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. Bhuma means limitless, infinite. That which is limitless, infinite, tat sukham, that alone is sukham. That alone is what is called happiness, fullness. Na alpe sukham asti. In small, there cannot be happiness. Bhuma vai sukham. This limitless alone is happiness. Bhuma tu eva vijignasi tabhyaha. Bhuma, this limitless alone should be inquired into. Then Narada says, Bhumanam Bhagavaha Vijignase. I desire to know Bhuma, limitless, Bhagavaha, O Lord. Iti. So here, more relevant is that Yovai Bhuma Tat Sukham, Na Alpe Sukham. Alright. Then, what is that Bhuma? That is explained. Yatra Nanyat Pashyati, Nanyat Shrunoti, Nanyat Vijanati, Sa Bhuma. This Vakya Bhashyakara quotes very often. In Taittiriya, in Mandukya, this comes. Nanyat Shrunoti, Nanyat Vijanati. So Bhuma. Bhuma is that where one does not see anyone, does not hear anyone, does not know anyone else. Means subject-object duality is not there, in which reality, that reality is called Bhuma. And what is Alpa? Atha yatra anyat pashyati, anyat shrunoti, anyat vijanati, tadalpam. Yatra, here we can, different ways is interpreted. Yatra means in Agnana Avastha. Anyat pashyati, when one seeing something as different, like I am seeing the pencil as different from me. Similarly, anyat shrunoti, I am hearing some sound different from me. Anyat vijanati, I know something, some physics concept as something different from me. The Bose supernova, I don't consider as being. Anyat vijanati. Tad alpam, that is alpam, that is small. Yo vai bhuma, tad amrutam. That which is limitless reality is immortal. Atha yad alpam, and that which is small, tad martyam, that is mortal. And then further, this Bhuma is talked about. The Anantatvam of Bhuma. Bhuma is Ananta, that is presented. Saha eva adastat, that alone is down below. Sa uparishtat, that alone is upward, up, that alone is up. Sa paschat, that is behind. Sa purastat, that is in front. Sa dakshinataha, that is in right direction, right side. Sorry, or southern side. Uttarataha, the northern side. Dakshinata has got both the meanings, right side and southern. Since here Uttarata is there, we got southern and northern. And if we say Dakshinata as a right and Uttarata left, that also is okay. So eva idam sarvam. That Bhuma alone is everything. Iti. In this manner, Ananta is presented as free from any limitation of time space. And that Bhuma alone is Ananda. Atra yaha ananta rupaha bhavati sa bhuma bhavati. Yo bhuma sa ananda rupaha bhavati iti uktam. Some people may not understand. All these quotations are for what? He said this for this. Atra here. Here means in the mantras quoted. Yaha, what is conveyed is this. Yaha ananta rupa bhavati. That which is of this infinite nature. Saha bhuma bhavati. That is called Bhuma, Brahma. Another word for Brahman is Bhuma. Only difference grammatically is Brahman is neutral gender, Bhuma is not Strilinga, Bhuma is Pullinga. So many people they keep ladies name Bhuma. The Bhuma is not in Sanskrit, yeah. In Hindi Bhuma is Strilinga. But in Sanskrit Bhuma is Pullinga. Even Sakshi name they keep girl's name. Sakshi is Pullinga. So Sakshi is very popular name nowadays. Okay. Sa Bhuma Bhavati. Yaha Bhuma. That which is limitless. Saha Ananda Rupaha Bhavati. That is of the nature of Ananda. Limitlessness alone is Ananda. Why? Because what you are experiencing as happiness is nothing but the manifestation of the wholeness, manifestation of that limitless wholeness. Therefore, limitlessness alone is Ananda. Ataha cha anantattvadeva brahmanaha ananda swarupatvam api siddham. Therefore means what? Since Ananta alone is Ananda, therefore Brahma being Ananta, limitless, Brahman is Ananda Swarupa. It is Siddham, is established. So one should not say, Swamiji, I am limitless but not Ananda. If person says this, he has not understood limitless. Limitless is Ananda. Okay. So this footnote we saw now on Ananta Swarupa. Now, Bhranti Nasha Swarupa. So far what we have said, let us remember our avastha as Chidabhasa, not as Kutastha. So, avastha of Chidabhasa, first one was Ajnanam, second was Avaranam, third is Bhranti, fourth is Parokshagdanam, fifth is Aparokshagdanam. Now, sixth is coming. Very fast it came. Bhranti Nasha Swarupa. The nature of Bhranti Nasha, which is the sixth state. The nature of the destruction of Bhranti, otherwise called Samsara. So that is described here. So Samsara Nasha. Samsara Nasha means what? We think that the world will be destroyed. I used to fantasize this. How nice, whole world, nobody is there, I alone am there, everywhere going. So we think like that something. That samsara means, this moksha means the whole samsara will be, mine was little bit less. I did not expect samsara world to be destroyed. Only one people to be gone. I alone will be moving. How nice, no restriction, So otherwise so many formality, restriction, right pe chalo, left pe chalo, ye pen ke chalo, ye so much restriction there. So I was thinking that, but it's not moksha. Anyway, so moksha does not mean that the world is physically destroyed. The moksha means that binding factors and the binding thinking, the bondage causing thinking is gone. Bondage is in notion only, in my thinking only. So freedom will be what? In thinking only. So therefore in Vedanta, one of the important steps is I discover that my problem of samsara is a cognitive problem. And of course habitual as well, cognitive, but This habitual based on cognitive mistake. So my problem is cognitive, therefore solution will be cognitive. And since the cognitive mistake, which is samsara, is very, very strong, therefore my cognitive correction also should be strong. It should not be like, I can be Brahman. It looks like I am Brahman. I must be Brahman. So many people are telling, हिंदी में बोलते गला फाड़ फाड़ के बोलते so splitting the throat they are telling you are Brahman, you are Brahman, you are Brahman. So I must be Brahman. That is not good enough for removing samsara. Means my knowledge of being Brahman should be as strong as, if not more, as I am this body. देहात्मज्ञानवद्दानम देहात्मज्ञानवद्दानम देहात्मज्ञान बाधक means my knowledge that I am Brahma should be as strong as what an ignorant person has, I am the body. How strongly? Based on the gender of the body, people behave differently. Based on the varna, they behave differently. How much is that? Based on that age, they will have different behavior and different conclusion. I am old now. I am old now. People are telling me, uncle, uncle. So don't tell uncle. Nowadays, people have, don't tell uncle. You say, call me by name. They have value. Call me by name. Not uncle. I am not uncle. Even G we should not add. In one interview, I said 3-4 actors were there, and the announcer add G with one actor. He said, "Bole, G, why are you adding to me? You did not add with them. We are all of same age only." He objected with G. Then I understood, G has got the meaning of senior. Senior in terms of age. People don't like to be called senior in terms of age. All these are what samsara. If somebody calls you Dadaji, Tata, grandfather, it's okay. Enjoy it. How nice. So you can call people by even singular, So that is the advantage. So if they call you Dadaji, then you can say, "Oh, my son, come." You can definitely say that. So enjoy that. No, nobody should call me. People have that value to us. All this Bhranti, how strongly it is there. So we have to keep seeing that our reactions are based on the identification with one of the anatmas. Reaction cannot be from I am Brahman. So today, he told me that you are a Jiva, so I shouted it. What does he think? I am Brahman. He called me a Jiva. That type of fight doesn't happen. That he called me Jiva. He called me only Sat. I am Satchidananda, all three. That type of fight doesn't happen, So based on Swarupa, there is no fight or reaction. Do you get angry? I was just thinking that how, if at all reaction, what type of reaction can happen? My mind usually goes in this direction sometimes. So we will think that how it can happen. Nobody has this reaction. My reaction is based on what? I am the body, I am the mind. And especially when you come to Vedanta, more than body, it is based on your intellect, your emotions. People should not know that I am upset. People should not know that I do not know this Panchamagana Rupa. Because Panchamagana, what is there? I don't remember. I know only this Vadi-gana, Devadi-gana, Tudadi-gana and Devadi-gana. Bas 1, 4, 6, 10 only. Oh, second day, वो थर्ड क्या है? वो तुदादी है कि क्या है? कुछ है तो तुदादी तो 6 में आ गया. That is what is called Jyotyadi है. What is that? Doubt there. Nobody should know. So when you talk about it, you always number use third conjugation. Tritiya gana you say, because you know Tritiya word. These are the issues. When person comes to Vedanta, so much concentration on this, the Manomaya Vijnanamaya Kosha. Annamaya Pranamaya they neglect also. In fact, that also another thing. Sometimes they neglect. But this Manomaya Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya also sometimes. But Swamiji, I am studying Vedanta, but Ananda doesn't come. As I told you, one person told this. He met me in Uttarkashi. He was attending the course. And he told Swamiji, we were promised that when you study Vedanta, you will get Ananda. Dukkha Bhava, yes, Swamiji. I am seeing that. But Ananda positively not coming. This is a search for Anandamaya Kosha. Identification with Anandamaya. Moksha is not that you always remain in Ananda. You always have that ha ha hi ha, that all the time giggling. That is not moksha. Even if person is a muktaha, there can be moments of sadness. We don't deny that. So those who present that moksha means all the time laughing, like laughing Buddha all the time. So there is, so we think that yes, more often he will be that or she will be that. But that is not that he cannot be sad. Then what type of mukta he is? He cannot have all feelings, So you have made him like a stone or a laughing doll or something. That's not so. So Anandamaya Kosha identification, Vijnanamaya, Manomaya, how strong it is. With same strength, I say, Naham Karta, Naham Bhokta, I am Satchidananda Brahma only. And it is so strong that no experience is changing or challenging my understanding. Like however much we enjoy the sunrise, but our knowledge that the sun does not rise doesn't go away. When we are enjoying the beautiful sunrise, and when the thought comes that really the sun doesn't rise, a thought did not come, but suppose it comes, you don't dismiss it. No, it is all false, It is a color. No, because we have conviction. Even though that time we may not like to think, but we don't dismiss that thinking. See, some people know, some years ago I had heard that our American, the astronaut, they went to the moon. Some people in India, even these were school teachers, they were so convinced that nobody can go to the moon. Therefore, they used to tell. He said they must have gone somewhere out and came back and said, Chandra mein jaake aaya, kaun dekha hai? Means their conviction is so much that they can't believe. But we don't have doubt that people can go to the moon. So even though we are seeing the moon, we are not seeing as something inaccessible or something which only celestial bodies can go. We don't have such thinking. Same way, I am Brahman is such a fact for me with so much conviction that any experience or any argument doesn't change or doesn't challenge my thinking. Not even challenge thinking. That is called here Bhranti Nasha by Aparoksha. More about this we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo